Good afternoon and welcome back to Girded with Truth. So, we have been talking a lot about trusting God. We have been talking a lot about the gifts of the Spirit. And today I want to go in to talk a little bit about faith. As a matter of fact, I'll be talking from the perspective faith in the fire. Let us go to Daniel chapter 3 verses 14 to 18. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve the gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So, we start in this story. This is a familiar story. King Nebuchadnezzar was looking for ways to be adored and worshipped, and he decided to build this golden statue in which everyone will bow down and worship him. So, at the time when it was time for worship, everybody have to drop what they're doing and bow down to this golden image and worship it. And you know the usual say hail Nebuchadnezzar and those things, because that's part of worshiping. So the word spread that these three Hebrew boys, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, would not bow down and worship the gods. And Nebuchadnezzar had really liked the three of them, so he decided he would give them a chance and he would ask them if it's true, because he didn't want to make a hasty decision and believe a lie. But when he asked them, they said, yeah, we're not going to worship that image or any image you put up, as a matter of fact. We serve our God and our God only. And if you decide to put us in the fiery furnace, our God will deliver us. And Nebuchadnezzar got angry, and he decided that he would put them in the fiery furnace. As we read on in the story, we see that the men that was putting them in the fiery furnace, they died because Nebuchadnezzar decided he will heat the fiery furnace 7 times hotter, because he could not believe why or how they could be so disobedient. And in his mind, if he put them there, they might be an example, so everyone after them would bow down and worship him and worship his idol, his statue. But let's read on in this story to see what is going to take place. We're going to read from verse 25 to verse 30. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, Come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who had sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. So here is the response of the king after he has thrown Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire. He said he sees a fourth man like the Son of God. How does he know what the Son of God looks like? That have to be revelation given to him in that moment for him to know that that fourth person is the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and he has come into the fire with them to deliver them. Sometimes we feel like we are going through fiery situations, like we are going through hard situations, like we in the thick of the fire. But God is just waiting to prove us and to prove to others how he works, who he is. Because at the end of it, Nebuchadnezzar said, Blessed be Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who trusted in their God. And he blessed their God because their God delivered them. And he said, there's no other God that can do this. Because there's no God made with hands, there's no idol, there's no statue that can deliver you out of any situation, out of any fire. And they had the mindset that said, if we perish, but we're going to obey God. And God said, do not worship any other God but him. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not watch at their situation. They did not say, we must do this thing because the king will put us to death. They did not say any of that. Instead, they decided to trust God. They decided to hold on to his word. They went in there with the mentality of, if we perish, we perish. And they believed, even though they could perish, they believed that God would deliver them. And that is exactly what happened. God delivered them out of the fiery furnace. But he didn't just deliver them, you know. The good news is, if you read verse 30, it says that King Nebuchadnezzar promoted them in the province of Babylon. So God wasn't setting them up for their death. It probably felt like that in the moment. It probably looked like that in the moment. But God wasn't setting them up for their death. Instead, he was setting them up for their breakthrough. They got promotion. They got what they didn't have before. They got more than just deliverance. They began to thrive in the situation. And today we might feel like we're going through a hard situation. We might feel like we're in the thick of it. We might feel like we're in that fiery furnace that is 7 times hotter. But God is saying, don't worry. Just trust in me. Just hold fast to me. I will deliver you. God is telling you today, he will deliver you. And he will deliver us all out of every situation we are facing. And the same people who went to say that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not bowing down to the Babylonian statue had to still admit that the three Hebrew boys were serving the real God, because Nebuchadnezzar decided he would make a decree that nobody cannot talk against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So, what you think is feeling like it's overwhelming you, what you might feel like it's hard, what you might feel like there's no way out of this, God is setting you up for promotion. He is setting himself up to take the glory. He is just working in the situation that you cannot see that the breakthrough is coming through. No matter the situation, trust in God. No matter how hot the fire may seem, believe in what he said. He will deliver you out of every situation. Nebuchadnezzar himself said there is no other God that can deliver after this manner. So, there's no other God that you can serve that can do what God is going to do for you right now. God is ready to deliver you. He is ready to give you a breakthrough. He's ready to set you free. All you have to do is to believe and trust in him. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.